This week in Jamaica Now, grief. A mother in anguish after her twin girls are killed at home in a late evening fire. The anti-abortion agenda intensifies. One clergyman is willing to pay the ultimate price.
I would prefer to see that I die than the future of our country eliminated and be killed.
Moravian minister gets $16 million award in defamation suit against gender activist LaToya Nugent. States of public emergency now at an end. What's next? Elephant man faces question after viral videos shows him collecting what appears to be a gun. And Police Federation boss booted after no confidence motion. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. It's been a night of anguish for 24-year-old Osheen Rogers, the mother of a set of twin girls who died in a fire on Thursday night. The girls were at home in a section of the Grand Spend community called Petrojam when the fire broke out. No one else was in the house at the time, but other people in the yard immediately rushed to help.
Long time the fire gone, and the fire truck come here with one fire brigade, and them here say 3 house are burned down, and them come here with one fire truck, and them give the fat lazy one, the leather for bring. See me? Barely a walk, and the slim one I forgot about the leather for him and run go to this.
On Thursday night, after receiving news that her 2-year-old twin girls, Nahelia and Nahalia Pinnock, had died, their mother had to be rushed to hospital. On Friday morning, Deputy Mayor of Kingston, Winston Ennis, sought to console Rogers as she wept. Clergymen and other anti-abortion campaigners headed to Gordon House on Wednesday to make their submissions at a meeting of Parliament's Human Resource and Social Development Committee. But before that, Father Richard Ho Long told reporters that he was willing to pay the ultimate price than to see abortion legalized here.
I would prefer to see that I die than the future of our country eliminated and be killed. I really prefer that. And people need to know that that's how serious it is. This is not just a piece of flesh in a mother's womb. Amen. This is a baby.
That's right.
This is a person. What about the choice of that baby? I want to live. I want a chance. Give me a chance.
Other anti-abortion campaigners say there were many reasons the government should not consider legalizing terminating pregnancies.
If left alone and unbothered, that fertilized ovum will develop into a fetus, an embryo, a baby, a young boy, a school child, a young girl, an adolescent, an adult, and someone looking just like you. So your existence and the existence of every parliamentarian in there, and every member of the Joint Select Committee, and every feminist, and everybody else, and all their male enablers, their existences all began at the point of their fertilization. And that is not a religious point, that's a scientific point.
In June last year, St. Andrew West Rural MP Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn tabled a private member's motion for the decriminalization of abortion. Former Moravian Minister Dr. Kanyu Thompson has been awarded $16 million in damages in a defamation suit against gender activist LaToya Nugent. Thompson had asked the court for $20 million after Nugent made several Facebook posts in December 2016 against him and other former Moravian ministers. In making her ruling, Justice Audrey Lindo said she considered factors such as Thompson's standing and Nugent's conduct. Lindo also said she considered the potential reach of Facebook as a global social network with billions of users. She cited the 2016 defamation case of former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson versus Nationwide News Network. In that case, Patterson was awarded $12 million after Nationwide apologized. The judge also said Patterson's story was only carried on one local radio station. Dancehall entertainer Elephant Man was due to be interviewed by police detectives on Friday in connection with a viral gun video. The police had listed him and the woman as persons of interest after the woman was seen in the video handing what appeared to be a gun to the artist. Elephant Man's attorney, Christopher Townsend, said he is wary about the pronouncements that his client was seen with a gun. According to Mr. Townsend, the video could have been spliced. Days after Townsend's utterance, a similar video was being circulated with the image of another man collecting the firearm from the same woman featured in the first video. The state of public emergency has now come to an end in St. James, but the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, is warning that there will be another one if crime again begins to spiral out of control in the parish. In the meantime, Dr. Chang is expressing confidence that the security forces will be able to maintain law and order with the expiration of the year-long anti-crime measure. Under the state of public emergency, murders in St. James dropped to 102 last year, down from 341 in 2017. Dr. Chang was speaking with the Gleaner at the passing out parade and awards ceremony for a new batch of 194 constables at the National Police College in St. Catherine. Donique Anderson was the lone female graduate. Jamaica has fallen 2 places in the 2018 Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. The country is now ranked 70 out of 180 countries and has a CPI score of 44. In 2017, Jamaica also scored a CPI of 44 and 39 in 2016. The Transparency International Index ranks 180 countries by their perceived levels of public sector corruption using a scale of 0 to 100, where 0 is highly corrupt and 100 is very clean. A CPI score of below 50 means that a country has a corruption problem. In the meantime, State Minister Everald Warmington has objected to an announcement by the Office of the Prime Minister that the embattled oil refinery Petrojam drafted the terms of reference for a forensic audit at the entity. It is totally illogical, said Warmington, the Junior Minister for Works in the Andrew Holness administration on Tuesday during a meeting of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee. Earlier, Permanent Secretary Sancia Bennett-Templer reported that the terms of reference for the forensic audit had been completed and submitted to the Office of the Prime Minister for review. The OPM has also sought to clarify that the draft terms will be reviewed by the Prime Minister, who will also appoint the forensic auditors. Police Corporal Arlene McBean has been sacked as the chairperson of the Jamaica Police Federation. McBean, the first woman chairperson of the 75-year-old body, was removed by the executive of the Federation, the Union for Rank-and-File Police, following a no-confidence motion. The decision came after 2 days of an extraordinary meeting with delegates of the body. A circular from the Police Federation said the body deliberated on internal matters during frank and factual and clear discussions on the state of the Police Federation. The General Secretary of the body, Inspector Sheldon Gordon, is the new chairman. He has declined to say why the motion was moved against Corporal McBean 4 months ahead of the scheduled elections. The Federation's former Legal Affairs Director, Sergeant Petrojam, has been elected the new General Secretary. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, more from clergymen and others in support of the anti-abortion campaign.
We think it's important that Jamaica knows just how horrendous the effect of abortion is on not just the unborn child. You destroy a child, you literally murder a child, but also on the woman.
The church is against abortion. We believe that life begins at conception, and so the church needs to make its voice known. We can't be silent in a country that we consider a Christian country, and so we believe it's extremely significant. The voice of the church is the voice of Jamaica, we believe, and we have a statement to make.
Once I heard this matter of abortion being pushed, I know you're talking about very, very, very big money. You're talking about millions and billions of dollars who want to suppress the growth of population in poorer countries instead of helping them.
A new human being, which is distinct from any other human being, which directs its own development and directs its own protection, directs its immune system and the mother's immune system so it's not rejected from the mother, directs the lining of the womb to provide a safe place for it to lodge and grow. That is directed by the fetus. The existence of that human being begins at fertilization, when the sperm penetrates the egg, and the egg closes around itself so that no other sperm can penetrate it. That's an action taken by the fertilized egg. So that organism is taking steps in its own defense, in promulgation of its own existence, and for its own protection from the time of fertilization.